So, you want to kickstart a web design agency and hit that first milestone of 10K a month, but you're likely facing some challenges. Finding clients, scaling your business, or deciding whether to start an SMMA, AI agency, or something else. In this video, I'm going to guide you step by step on securing your first client for your web design agency, scaling effectively, and whether starting a web design agency is truly worth it. To be honest, some aspects make sense once you start, yet are rarely discussed. Not even in the business classes I attended during my past business studies. I'm Matthijs and I run a web design and Google optimization agency in Belgium, the Netherlands and America, hitting 10K a month last month. I'm sharing everything I learn online because my ultimate goal in life is to lead a community of driven men and women towards a better life. So even if you're 100% certain that you want to start a web design agency, this video holds invaluable insights. The tips I'll share here can be the difference between working 80 hours for $1,400 a month or just 20 hours for $10,000 a month. Now, why choose a web design agency? Let's start with a simple question. Why choose a web design agency over SMMA, dropshipping, an AI agency? Firstly, SMMA and AI agencies are often experience a lot of churn, where losing customers becomes a challenge. Think of churn as a leak in a bucket that needs fixing, especially if your service isn't top notch, which, let's be honest, in the beginning it won't be. Now, apart from the fantastic profit margins of high-ticket web design, dropshipping, AI automation, or SMMA all have a very saturated market, meaning a lot of people are already doing it, making it harder to stand out. Web design agencies offer higher returns, even though scaling might be a bit harder. Now, another big plus is the initial investment for a web design agency is very low. You just need a laptop. That's it. No need for pricey servers or high budgets for ads. Now, why would you start a web design agency? All right, let's break it down in a super simple way. Imagine you love making cool designs. You love graphic design, fixing up websites that look a bit meh, or making websites convert better. If one of those things seems to give you a bit of a spark, then you know you're into starting a web design agency. But should I go freelance or actually manage a business? Let's figure out where you fit. My personal advice is very simple. If you like only one part of the business but hate the rest, for example, you hate managing people, go freelance. Otherwise, just start your business and scale when you can. Not everyone needs to start a whole web design team. Now, if you're a freelancer, keep listening because we are going to give you some interesting tips and tricks, but this video is mainly for people who want to grow a business. Now, to start, think about what you're really good at. Are you good at making something trustworthy? Then conversion rate optimization is for you. Are you good at coding? Web development is for you. You like designing things? Web design is for you. And then very simple, just start there. Offer your services for free to get some testimonials and reviews. And once they really like what you do and they ask for more, then is when you start asking for money. But here is the big question. Can you stick with it for the next 6 months? Can you keep at it and not give up? Personally, when I started, I did everything myself and I couldn't keep up. But I loved managing people and getting things done. So I started outsourcing, which is, by the way, if you really want to scale, the only good thing you can do in a business, in my opinion. Now, here are some things that are obvious, but they don't tell you. Now, I've talked to a lot of freelance designers, business owners, agency owners, and I've went to more than 100 network events for agency owners and web designers, etc. And there was one thing they all had in common. About 6 months was the average time it took to see real results or to find a path on their business journey. It takes time. The one thing I want you guys to understand and I want you guys to keep in mind is that if you do not quit, you do not lose. Of course, if you can afford to not stop. Know that there are people that reach 10K a month in the first 3 months and there are people that reach that after 2 years. I personally got lucky and landed my first ever client without doing any outreach. But for most of you guys, it is going to take some time, and that's fine. The important thing is that you do what you like, you're good at it, and you never stop. Now, some of you guys clicked this video to find out how to make 10K a month with your web design agency, and you're still asking yourself, when is he going to tell me the secret? Well, there is none. You just have to start. Very simple. But with that said, here are some other important tips that can be obvious, but will help you reach that goal. What do you do? SMMA, dropshipping, web design agency, whatever. Work harder than everyone else, but also work smarter. Don't do the outreach yourself. If you want to do cold calls, cold emails, cold DMing, whatever, make the systems to do that yourself and learn how to do that yourself. And I make systems around how to do it effectively, and I make other people do it. And that brings me to my next point, which is hire people. Hire people to do stuff. Nobody told me in the beginning that you should hire to actually get a business. It sounds so simple, but it isn't. You should hire people. Hire good people. And then last, find something that works and make systems around it and repeat it. Now, you might be here thinking, well, that's very helpful, but at the moment I don't have any skills and I don't know what to do. But what if I told you that it doesn't matter? Almost everybody goes through that. And I went through that. People who are now making 80K a month went through that. The difference between those who reach that level of success and those who fail is one simple thing: not giving up. They don't quit. Because if you don't quit, you don't lose. It's very cliche, I know. But if you don't give up, most importantly, learn from your mistakes and consistently evaluate yourself, eventually you will succeed. Just don't quit. It's very simple. If you give up or you continue to do what hasn't been working so far, then it will be highly unlikely that you will find success. And that's with anything in life. But if you continue to do your outreach, create content, practice your skills, and you put in the work and the hours, you will find that one day something will click. And the 35th cold call will get your first sales meeting. Personally, for me, it took me 98 cold calls to get my first sales meeting, and I still fucked it up big time. The 200 cold email will land your first client. For some, that might be in the first 2 weeks. For others, that might be in the first 2 months. For some, it will take 2 cold calls. For some, it will take 300 cold calls. Another thing you need to know is that volume matters. If you cold call 10 people a day compared to someone who does 10 times that or even 100 times that, then that person, of course, is most likely going to land their first client much faster than you will. Very simple. Combine that with actually hiring people to do that for you, and boom, you now have more time to scale your business and you still have a consistent flow of sales. The art is finding the money and actually doing it. And that just comes down to a basic fundamental principle of business. And that is, it's just a numbers game. It's just how much effort you put in, how much effort you can put out. Obviously, luck is involved, but you can increase your luck. Very, very simple. In conclusion, yeah, I do think you should start a web design agency in 2024. It can be highly profitable, but there is always a but. You have to have the persistence. You have to be able to just not stop. If you enjoyed this video and you like some more guidance to speed up that 6-month process, link with me on LinkedIn, follow me on Instagram, go to my podcast, Don't Tell Me the Odds, for some free advice for business, sales, everything you need to know. But regardless of what path you decided to take, remember that just because it doesn't work out in the first couple of weeks or months, that doesn't mean that it won't work out eventually. The important thing is you self-evaluate yourself. If you want to improve in chess, yeah, you play a lot of chess games, obviously, but also you evaluate your moves. You see what you can do better and you continually improve. With that said, thanks for listening. If you have any improvements for the videos, let me know in the comments. And if you are just starting or scaling your web design agency, I have other videos that will help you with just that. With that said, thanks for listening and until next week. Bye.